Well, we're here with Jack Van Der Sanden. I met Jack maybe about a year ago at a food safety conference in the Netherlands, and I had the pleasure to hear about his experience with environmental sampling, and he raised a lot of great points about considerations, and it just triggered a lot of ideas about, what's the connection between environmental sampling and in-process inline sampling. It led into a really kind of engaging conversation after that, and we've just been throwing back ideas back and forth for the last year or so. But yeah, Jack, would you tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, and really, where does sampling fit in the middle of all of that?
Yeah, thanks, Anne. Yeah, look, I have a dual background. I'm originally Dutch, but I have lived in New Zealand now for 30 years. And I'm clocking up about 35 years in the food industry, and mainly dairy. So, and if you work in the food industry, you realize that sampling is all around you. So, sampling and testing is a big part of any food industry, because people want verification that what you're making and what you're producing is right. So, yeah, for me, I think my take on all this is skewed by the fact that I've been in very much different roles across the whole food supply chain. So I've done production, engineering, technical, laboratory, and more recently, in the last 10 years, I've sort of specialized in food safety. And I think having that holistic overall approach is enabling me to view certain things like sampling in a different light. So normally, if people talk sampling and testing, it goes to the laboratory for first contact. But I think when you look at the sampling to testing approach, there is actually a lot of different functions involved in that process.
Yeah, that's a really great way to summarize all of that. We've enjoyed, collaborating and talking about sampling, and appreciate your time. Anything else you want to share before we sign off?
No, look, thanks for challenging me and thinking about this topic. As I said, it sort of never really crossed my mind, and I have given it some serious thought about, okay, how can we improve this whole sampling to testing approach? And I think the industry is well aware of the risks of a false result. And I think we need to realize globally that when you present a sample to a laboratory, if that sample's wrong, or if it's contaminated, or if it's not, if the integrity of that sample is not right, the result will not be right. So for me, it pays back to really look at that process and to really try and iron out any control issues you may have.
Sure.
Yeah, sampling and testing and is really important, and a lot of decisions are made based on the outcome of that process. So it's good to look after it.
Yeah, well said. Well, thanks again, and we're excited to get these articles out. I think there's a lot of really great information in there. So,
yep, okay. Hope you enjoyed them. And look, thanks for having me involved. And yeah, talk again soon.
Talk again soon. Thanks again.